I know it's a little dark. I need to turn some lights on, don't I? Listen, today, guys, is March 22nd, 2022. We got a lot of twos. We got a lot of twos today, which is the number, like in numerology, it's a master number, right? So today is the day I want us to really, really think about mastery. Okay. Um, the year adds up to 6, which is a year, but which means we're to find our balance here. We're to find our way through the mastery of all sorts of various things in our lives. And what I don't want us to do today is to fall back into old habits and go backwards when we've made so much progress. So we are going to play the intro and then we're going to get into it. Here we go. Welcome everyone. Welcome. Hello, Angelia. How are you? Hey, Sonia. How you doing? Welcome everybody as we're coming into the chat. And today is Tuesday, March 22nd, 2022. And my name is Lisa. This is Art of Inspiration. Here at this channel, we help you lead a whole and healed, peaceful, and prosperous life. So as I was looking at the chart this morning, what came to me was this like, oh my gosh, I don't want people to fall back into old habits. Hey Rosie, how you doing? I don't want people to fall back into our old habits and our old way of dealing with things. Now, you guys may remember yesterday we had an in-depth discussion, about breaking away from old thoughts, breaking away from old ways of doing things, breaking away maybe from people that have consistently and constantly caused you issue, or that have held you down or held you back from being all that you can be. And as I was looking at the chart today, this could go either way for us, guys. This could go either we're just like, oh, this is just too much to do. Or it could be like, you know what, I'm not going to go back over this all over again. So, wherever you're at on this, kind of road scheme of things, let's see what we can do to assist us. Oh, I did mention at the very beginning, we talked about this being a 6 year, and I haven't talked enough about that. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. Okay, is 6. 6 is a number of balance. 6 is 2 times 3. It's two threes. 3 is a number of the Trinity. So 3 is a very powerful number in and of itself. And but when we multiply that by 2, this is a mastery of our own, let's say, divinity. This is a mastery of understanding that we hold within us divine nature. This is a mastery of understanding how we can ourselves take our own divine nature and find balance or create balance. This is a year of balance in the masculine and feminine energies. Again, for the purpose of creation, for the purpose of change, and then for the purpose of bringing balance not only to ourselves, but continuing to and hopefully helping to bring balance into the collective, right? So, let's take a peek at the chart. I'm going to pop over to the chart here. Now, I'll tell you the first thing that popped out at me. Okay. The first thing when I looked at this chart that popped out at me was this conjunction. Why is this not this? I'm sorry that my mouse, I'm going to have to like either replace some batteries or do something. Something's up with my mouse. This is the moon in Scorpio conjunct the south node in Scorpio. Okay. So it kind of passed over it last night. The um the south node goes clockwise and throughout the zodiac. So it goes like, oh goodness, let me shake. Goes this way, right? And the planets go this way, counterclockwise. Okay. So last night the moon was kind of passing over the south node. And I apologize. I really didn't see this yesterday when we were chatting. I could have warned you a little bit. So that's my bad for not sounding the alarm. So if overnight, maybe an X, a quasi X, an almost X, maybe you were thinking about going back to a particular position. Going back to going back to like a career position. Maybe you were kind of overnight, kind of going, oh, I'm not sure if I can move forward. I'm not sure if I can move forward. Gemini, I'm not going to have you bopping my microphone in my face. She's been laying down at my feet the whole time. Like I was upstairs earlier today and I made breakfast for the girls and because Ray's on spring break and so I made breakfast for the girls and myself this morning, eggs, some bacon, some pancakes. I kind of went back, right, to my old, right? That's kind of like an old nostalgic way of doing things. An old nostalgic way of doing things. Come here. Then get down. Um, and so I went back to nostalgia. Like later on today, I'm gonna make pinto beans and rice, and kind of like with some cornbread, like old nostalgic. Right? I'm feeling very nostalgic today. Not necessarily feeling very forward today, but I'm feeling kind of nostalgic. What I don't want you to do is if you're feeling nostalgic today still for a little bit, I don't want you to fall back into old patterns. I don't want you to take this time to then say, well, it wasn't that bad. Yes, it was. It wasn't. It was. Stop it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't fall back into that feeling. Um, this conjunction here can either be now I will say this, if you want to review things of the past in order to see where you can take it into the future, great. If you want to review past thoughts of, oh, I really wanted to do X, Y, and Z when I was a little girl or a little boy, fantastic. That's what I want you to do today. If you want to review, you know what? They used to always call my aunt a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but she knew, things. She was, a little psychic. She knew things. She could see things. You know, your grandmother, maybe your grandmother, you know, always had that knowing and it was more than just wisdom. It was like she knew. And maybe grandma talked to you somewhat about, interacting with spirits and the spiritual and all of that. You are literally going to knock everything off of here. Maybe your cat is not understanding that we are not playing this game today. Um, but falling back into this, so nostalgia can be good and nostalgia can be detrimental to your growth. So as you're kind of looking at these other options or these older thoughts or things that you used to want to do back in the past, I want you to take that and I want you though to also know that it's not just the nostalgia that we're after, right? Like I want you to review it and say, is this something I've been holding on to because I really feel like it's worthy of my time right now? Or is this nostalgic feeling that you have, is it kind of taking you back to a place of disempowerment rather than empowerment. Okay. There are dreams that we've had and that we've held on to for many, many years that are good for us to really live out right now. But then there are things that definitely are not. Okay. So I want you to assess it. The South Node is this fallback position. It's what we've always done, it's what we've always known. Okay. It is so in some cases, but with the South Node being in Scorpio, it can be that kind of energy of I've always got to investigate things completely thoroughly before I move. Like I got to know everything about everything before I make a move. Sometimes scorpionic energy can be I've always distrusted people, right? And never given space for to trust anyone. That might be a kind of a big one for us, right? And while I'm not saying trust everyone, I'm also saying you can't trust no one. Like you got to be able to give space for new people to come into the fold and at least show you whether or not they're trustworthy or not. You don't have to trust them with the keys to the kingdom or the queendom, but I would say you got to at least give a little bit, right? Um this fallback could be I'm used to other people kind of always being there to help me out. Scorpio energy is also somewhat of using or leveraging other people's resources. That's not always a bad thing. So, right, we use or leverage other people's resources like to get a mortgage or to get a car loan, things of that nature, or to get investment capital into our business or, whatever. That's leveraging other people's resources. Using other people's resources is I'm gonna get some money from somebody, but I'm never gonna pay him back. Or this person, if I call them, they'll do whatever I ask. So I don't really feel like dealing with this issue or this problem right now. Um, so I'm just gonna call them and ask them to do X, Y, and Z. Right? That's using them, and you're not giving them anything back. I'm not saying anybody here listening here is a user. What I am saying though is there are times where in our lives we can get accustomed to like our parents. I don't care how grown you are. Listen, I was a grown woman raising 3 kids, and there was sometimes where I couldn't make ends meet, and I might have let it slip, and daddy would, send me some money, loan me some money or whatever, um, or whatnot. And he had almost gotten to this habit of like once a month, he would just like, okay, well, I'm gonna just send you some money because I know you probably need it. I don't need it. There was times I did, but there was more times than not that I didn't. So I'd be like, no, don't send me no money. I don't need it. Like he wanted to because he was my father, right? And I was living in Chicago. He and mom were living in the Milwaukee area, but I didn't want to become dependent on that, right? So if there's things in your life where you kind of become dependent on external resources instead of amassing your own resources, which is this North Node energy, North Node and Taurus, instead of amassing your own resources, you are you have okay, I thought for a minute I was muted this whole entire time. Hey, Cericia, how are you, honey? That you're amassing you're using other people's resources, but not in a healthy way. You know what I'm saying? So this is also a time for us to really desire to amass our own resources. Now, where I was going was with this energy here, I'm going to fix my mouse. With this energy here, this Jupiter, Mercury, Neptune conjunction that's still going on, because now Mercury, the one in the green here, right here, is dead smack in the middle between Jupiter and Neptune, as Jupiter and Neptune are coming closer and closer to their like conjunction. Um, this can give you, in some cases, because it is trining or like a sibling to this energy here, this can go again 50-50. You can either feel like you're owed something, you're owed it, or you can feel like, hey, maybe I can go get it, but I'm not sure because it hasn't worked before. I'm not sure because I don't have everything planned out. And maybe I'm just like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and I can't get that. How in the world am I going to do that? How in the world am I going to achieve that dream? Right? There's also this like, I know in some cases, I know that, I'm not being told the truth about a lot of things. And you know that you know, but now what do you do with that information? You're kind of emotional about it right now. I know that I'm not being told the truth, or maybe I don't want to believe that I'm not being told the truth. And this is on a lot of different levels, guys. So don't feel like it's not on various levels, because it truly is. This can be what we're being told globally, from media and press and what have you. It could be what you're being told by someone very close to you. I know this ain't right. And while there might be some validity to that you're not being told the truth, I don't want you to allow it to paralyze you where you're not moving forward. The danger in this is that by degree, the sun in Aries here is still trining all of this, not by sign. So the sun is now in Aries. We're in Aries season. Happy birthday, Aries. We're now in Aries season, but by degree, meaning what? 30, 60, 90, 120 degrees, it's still trining that moon. So what we have here is this fiery, passionate, self-centered in a good way, selfish energy of, I know you've been lying to me. I know you've been lying and the truth ain't in you. But I still love you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's it's that kind of energy. So we got to be careful with that, right? We got to be careful that we're not making assumptions, but we also have to be careful that we're not just continuing to allow other people to do, say, and proliferate all this bad, juju in our lives, that we're not allowing them to hold us back. This to me is just, I'm just saying today, stand your ground. Don't fall backwards into old patterns. Don't give up, right? Don't give up, because there is that energy today of it's always been like this, ain't never going to change. I'm never going to get anything better in whatever ever area out of our lives. And so I'm just going to give up. Now, what can help us with this? Today, actually, what can help us a whole lot is this Saturn squaring this energy. Remember, squares are like a call to action. They are a call to action. So Saturn in Aquarius is very much, there's a way out. We just got to figure out how. There's a way out. We don't have to do this. We don't, it's that Twisted. Is it Twisted Sister? We're not gonna take it. Is that who sung that song? In the 80s. It's that we're not gonna take it anymore energy. It's that I'm gonna find a way around. If I can't go over, I'm gonna go under. If I can't go under, I'm gonna go around. And if I can't go around, I'm going straight through. We're not taking it anymore. Don't settle, right? This is that energy of don't settle. This is the energy of raise yourself above. This is the energy of, you know what? I've let you get away with this for a little bit too long. I've allowed you to talk to me any old kind of way here at this job for a little bit too long. I've sat here and not acted upon my knowledge, wisdom, and desire to elevate myself and to move into something new a little bit too long. I've allowed myself to sit into this relationship or this situationship or this friendship, and not really been getting anything out of it but a headache and a heartache and you know what I'm saying, a hangover maybe for a little bit too long. And so now I got to figure out how I'm going to elevate myself. I got to figure that out. And the beauty of all of this is that we do have Pluto actually um sextiling or being like that agreeing cousin to both the sun, right, and to the moon. So basically our personal energy of who we are, what we are, and how we're going to show up in life, and our emotions are in agreement with change, are in agreement with fundamental, root level, foundational, personal change. So, this is where you're going to find the courage to make the change. So you might sing a little Twisted Sister, and then you're going to go on to Michael Jackson and do the Man in the Mirror. And you might play a little more Michael. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. I've been listening to a lot of Michael Jackson lately. A lot of Michael Jackson. I've always been a Prince fan. Like if it was a Prince versus Michael, Prince always won for me. But I've been listening to a lot of Michael lately, and just especially in his later years before his untimely transition, and there was so much truth that he finally was able to express through his music, um, and just this personal journey that you can hear if you really listen to the lyrics of his songs and even the beats. And then if you watch the videos, it's just like, wow. So, you might want to, I know that's a very strange and eclectic playlist to have today, but you know me, I'm all about the eclectic, right? I'm all about the eclectic. Yeah. Hey, illuminating mystic. Hello, hello, Debbie. Hello, Malika. Please go to the Align Life with Malika and go and subscribe to her channel. Hello, Rhythm Oliver. Hi. Okay, guys. So, wow, I talked a little bit longer than I anticipated there. I hope that helped. I think today, merp, merp. I think today we are going to chitty chat about, we're going to pull a sacred destiny card today. I feel like you need a little destiny. I feel like you need a little destiny. Whoop. You are destined for success. You are destined for success. What I can say with this card is any success shows up in our lives in so many different areas and in so many different ways. And allow yourself to be comfortable with taking the chances. Here we go. So success, the picture's a tropical jungle. Tropical jungles are some of the richest and most successful habitats on our planet. They have incredible diversity, a multitude of plant varieties and animal inhabitants. They are dense with life force, just like you, that is rapidly growing and rapidly changing. The lushness of their vegetation is essential to the ecological health of the earth. In many ways, the success of the planet depends on the rainforest. These areas are called the lungs of the planet. The plants absorb carbon dioxide, produce oxygen, and help reduce the impact of worldwide climate change. In addition, thousands of plant and animal species, I almost said that the right species, that may have medical properties have yet to be discovered. Okay? Satisfaction, contentment, and fulfillment are at hand. Success is waiting for you in every area of your life. You have a fabulous, beautiful ecosystem that lives within you, that lives within you. And you need to allow it to bloom and blossom and grow, feed and nourish, right? And as each plant then nourishes an animal, then nourishes, right? Allow all of this to exist within. I'm not saying that you do this divorced of and away from, source of spirit of God, but in conjunction with, I think the minute we understand that God is not waiting for us to wait on him, but God or them, mother, father, but God, universal life source, the universe is waiting on us to decide that we are going to take that step and that we're going to live our best lives, that we're going to break out of our habits and we're not going to fall backwards. That's what the universe is waiting for, right? Nothing more, nothing less. All right, guys, I'm going to get going. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing. I so very much appreciate it. Welcome to all the new subscribers. I do want to say that YouTube seems to have done another one of their subscriber sweeps. So if you're watching this, please make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel. Just check and make sure that that little subscribe button is not red. If it is, just go on and click it. And then while you're there, guys, go on and click the bell because you never know when I'm going to be going live. We're going to be talking a little bit. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to get on tonight. We're going to be talking about the divine feminine. That's going to be kind of the theme this week. Awakening our divine feminine, not being toxic with divine feminine energy, and whether or not you are whatever gender you identify as, you still have masculine and feminine energy within. So don't fall into old patterns today. Stay up and awake and keep moving forward. But if things do come to your mind, I want you to assess them and see if you still need them or if you can walk away. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you guys incredibly much. Namaste. Bye, gang.